Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode, and of course I've got some stuff to show you as usual. Let's get right into it. We've got the RLC Dodge Tradesman van. This is an RLC piece I was pretty stoked to get. So, I did order two of these bad boys. Probably only going to keep one of them. We shall see. I got number 710, and I think the other one I got was like 700 something as well. No big deal. But Redline Club, Dodge Tradesman. Pretty sick little piece here. Going to be interesting to see how the quality control is on this, because I've had some people report some doors being wonky on this. This thing has some opening features. A lot can go wrong with that in 1/64 scale. So, but I think this thing is pretty cool. So we are going to take a look at it. Of course, we're going to get it out of this case and roll it around and play with it and all that good stuff. So that'll be fun. Sticking with Hot Wheels for a moment, I do also have, I think this is like the not quite the latest wave of Boulevard, maybe the last one. I don't know, numbers 61 through 65. So we got the Mustang RTR Spec 5. Pretty neat. We've got the Aero Sculpt. Probably not a very popular one, but pretty cool. Anyway, the Custom 70 Chevy Nova. Yeah, Chevy Nova. That guy. And let's see here, the Subaru WRX STI. This is probably the most popular one in the set. And then the Rover P6. This thing is pretty cool. This is actually the one that I thought that was the coolest. But it seems to be the one that is peg warming. So, you know, people, different strokes, different folks, things in that. You know, people like different stuff. That's cool. All right. So that's that. I picked out a couple of random Hot Wheels that I'm going to start, like, I had some stuff set aside for 10 Car Tuesday episodes, which if you're new to the channel, that's something I used to do, 10 Car Tuesday, when I needed some other content. I decided not to really do those anymore. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to, like, put those cars into Diecast weekly episodes and open them up gradually like that. That's probably what's going to happen here. I just grabbed 3 cars. We've got a Chevy Monza from the old Flying Customs. We've got a Lamborghini Aventador J in silver, and then we've got this Ferrari GTO in yellow. So we're going to open up those and peek at those. And then I've got a Matchbox that I found on the pegs, the AMC Eagle. This thing is sweet. New casting from Matchbox. So that's really cool. I wish Matchbox, when they came out with new toolings, I think this is a new tooling, right? It's got to be. Yeah, I wish they would actually put first edition or new model or something on the card, like, you know, like Hot Wheels does. I mean, you guys, you know, you're both Mattel company, just do it, okay? Put it up there. Put that it's a first edition or a new model. I don't see why you wouldn't. Maybe because no, they put their unique card. Just do it. Just do it. All right. And then I got, you know, Auto World Square Bodies, right? We got 2. All right, so these, I got this Weekend of Wheels one, House of Cars exclusive. It's like a lowrider. This should be kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about this one, but we're going to open it up and look at it. And then we got this Rat Fink one, Weekend of Wheels one in blue. This one I'm not excited about at all, to be honest. I'm just not. I have to get it, though, because I'm an Auto World completionist, okay? I'm not going to go out of my way to try to find the chase of this one. But, you know, I had to get it. It's Rat Fink. I've got enough Auto World Rat Fink stuff. I don't think we need any more. I just don't. You know? You guys give me your opinion. You guys that don't like the square bodies are annoyed with how many square bodies there are will be annoyed with this as well. And this is maybe, if you're sick of square bodies and you're sick of Rat Fink, this will be double annoying to you, which is going to be fun, right? This one is a little bit more, I don't know, better looking and more creative. So I like this one more than I like this one. But we're going to open up both of them, of course. All right. And then lastly, I have some Tomica. I've got a basic, the Ferrari Roma. So we're going to open up that. and take a peek. That could be fun. Maybe. I don't know. And then we've got some like SUV type things. We've got Mitsubishi Pajero. God, I'm having deja vu. Every time I look at this thing, I feel like I already have it, but I looked over here and I don't. Every time I get an order from who I get stuff from in Japan, typically Hobby Link Japan, when it comes time to ship the stuff, I usually add some Tomica Premium to my box because they're not very expensive to get them from them. And I usually add a few extras, and then I bring them to my local meet, and I try to, like, you know, reel people that only collect Hot Wheels and stuff into, like, trying something else, you know? So I'm an influence in that way to them. It's not always very successful, but, and then I try to sell the stuff I got from Japan from there, just because, you know, if I'm going to pay for shipping from Japan, it can be expensive, especially if you want it, like, quickly. It can be expensive, so I try to add a few extra Tomica Premiums to that box, and then I bring those to the meet. I don't know why you guys needed to know that. But anyway, that's why sometimes I get duplicates. And I kind of swear I already had this, but I don't think I do. I guess I don't. But there you go. I have it now. And then from the Tomica Premium Unlimited, which is Hollywood-style cars, I got this wacky thing. It's a Nissan Safari. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is from. It's from something Japanese. So, if you don't know about this series of cars from Tomica, they've done like Kit, they've done the Back to the Future Time Machine, they've done some Fast and the Furious stuff, some US like pop culture stuff, and then they've also got some Japanese pop culture stuff, and I believe that's what this is from. I just thought it looked cool, and I actually really like this series of cars. I like the whole, like, the Japanese writing and stuff, all that stuff over that, especially when you had, like, a US-made one, like a Kit, you know, Firebird, or, like, the Back to the Future one, since it's, like, a US pop culture with a Japanese, I think it's just kind of a cool, I don't know, it's a cool thing to collect, right? All right. So we're going to open up that and take a peek at that. And that's it. So let's go into it. We got the Hot Wheels RLC. I think the two pieces I'm excited for the most. Probably these two, actually. Is that going to be a thumbnail? Probably. All right. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. Stay tuned. All right. So let's get this Dodge Tradesman checked out. First and foremost, so take a little peek around the packaging. Pretty cool, pretty trippy. It is, yeah, 1970s was a banging decade. Well, indeed. Indeed, I wasn't alive. But it seems to be like it was a pretty good time, you know, for the music and stuff like that that came out of it, the cars and stuff that came out of it. Yeah, you know, pretty cool, right? So go to vehicle to customize to meet your grooviest dreams. Shaggin' wagon. All right, let's check this thing out. Waterbed, octagon, wooden steering wheel. All right, let's. There's a lot of details apparently that are in this thing, and we are gonna finally see them up close. Or I'm gonna finally see them up close. You guys may have already. Hey, it's a Ram official license product. That's interesting to see that there. So. 710 out of 30,000 pieces made. And let's see if we can get this. I struggle with these acrylic Hot Wheels cases. Why do I struggle so bad? There we go. That's right. You got to kind of squeeze. Okay. Yeah, you got to kind of squeeze in the edges, right? Is that how it comes out? Am I going to break it? Come on. Come on. I know this is why you guys tune in, because you guys want to see me struggle with packaging. That's why we don't edit this stuff. Oh my god. Well, if it's damaged, it's probably my fault. I think it survived. Made me nervous though. Alright, so as usual, those are fun to open. Let's go ahead and take a look at the car, or truck, or van. I don't know if I dinged it or not, but there is a little mark on it. Let me see here. We got a little microfiber cloth. I don't know. That could have been for me. Maybe not. Shiny. Hi, how you doing? All right, so yeah. No big deal. All right, so these things are expensive. You guys know that. It's an RLC piece. We're going to go ahead and get it off of the base. Let's see how tight these screws are. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. So the way I display these models actually in my collections, I will end up putting this right back on the base after we pull it off and take a look at the underside of it, all that jazz. And the reason why I do that is just because it's great. It protects them from dust, all that good stuff. You don't have to worry about making room in a display case for it. And all in all, pretty good. So we got like kind of your standard fare Real Rider tires, the wheels. These have been around for a while, except they do have BF Goodrich on them. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's rocking. It's rocking. California rocking. How much do you have to pay to get a personalized license plate in California that has the letters not straight up and down? Can you do that? Could you ever do that? I don't know. But this van's a rockin'. So you know what happens. I mean, if it's rockin', you just don't come a knockin'. So that looks all right. We've got opening features though, and that's what we really want to look at. I suppose after we take a quick peek at the base. I like how the base is more of like a silver painted silver, not a mirrored finish. I think that looks better when it comes to the exhaust and the bumper, actually, that it's not like a mirrored finish. It's more of a silver. More matches the front bumper. And I think that was a good call. All right, so opening this thing up. So this thing has two sets of opening doors. And yes, that was the easiest way to do it. So we can take a peek in there. You can see we've got bed going on there. Nice door card. And then let's open up the side doors. These. Oh, that's interesting. So they put that hinge down here so that it wouldn't obstruct things up here. So that was a good call. And then this hinge is over on this side because it's got, I guess, room. So you can kind of really see in here how it's got like the curtain that's opened right now. It's got the bed in the back, all important. And then we've got a little lounge area to hang out, a little shag carpet action. Should have put a disco ball in there, maybe. I don't know. And then it's supposed to have an octagonal, like, wood steering wheel. Is that what it said on the back? You can't really see the steering wheel. Oh, yeah, it is. It is octagonal. It's black, though. It's not, like, colored wood. It's really hard to see in there. See if I can get it to... There you go. There's a look of it. Look at it, maybe. Almost got it to focus back there. That's tough. But you get the idea. I like this piece. I think it's cool. And I think there's a lot they can do with it. So sometimes they come up with these RLC like cars or whatever, Elite 64 cars even, and like, well, what are they going to do next? Like, but this one they can really do a lot with, I think. They can put out a lot of different color schemes for this particular casting. So that is pretty cool. And like real van doors, they do have an order to be shut in. You wouldn't shut this one first. You shut this one first and then this one because of that lip on there. And that's how they shut. So this one's doors look pretty good. There is a bit of a gap there. They do not exactly shut perfectly flush, but nothing really to complain about. That's pretty good. And the back ones as well look pretty decent. So I think overall this one's a winner. I like it. I wish it maybe was like slightly larger to be more of a true 1/64 scale, maybe. It does seem small. Like it's small. Like it's shorter than... I think it is. I think it's shorter than the Countach. And that can't be reality, right? Like this looks like such a larger scale than this van does. And I think that's kind of goofy. I don't know why they would do that. I wish it was a little bit bigger. Like, even the Volkswagen Beetle that they just came out with, I think, is about the same size as this, and that absolutely makes no sense. I get it, it's Hot Wheels, they're stylized vehicles, they do not need to be to scale, but a bigger van might have been nice. Other than that, not much to complain about. All right, let's go ahead and take a peek at the Boulevard series here. I'm trying to get my packaging mess from the van out of the way. You know, we're not going to edit that out either. You know, just dead air, basically. But let's take a look at this. So we got the 70 Rover P6 Group 2 Boulevard series. Don't really need to take a look at the card art because y'all have seen it. But there you go. So I like this one. Why do I like it? Because it's different. It's unique. A Rover P6 Group 2. I didn't know what this car was before it came out. But that's why I like it. It's fun when you can, I don't know, learn that a new car, some other car exists that you didn't know existed or weren't really familiar with, you know, through Diecast. I think that's kind of a neat thing. And this has got that vintage racing look, so I'm a big fan of that. And all in all, I mean, I quite like this one. I think this one is cool. I think this casting is cool. And, yeah, to me, this is the star of that set. To most of you, this is probably the star of the set because there's a lot of Subi fans out there. This is the 2016 Subaru WRX STI. In silver. And, you know, it's nice, I guess. It doesn't really do anything for me, okay? It's not really special to me, this car. I like like the old WRX Subaru were cool, like the first ones that came out. I'm trying to think of what year that was, but, you know, and this body design, the look of this car doesn't really do anything for me, but I know there's a lot of people that are fans of this car, and of course this one's probably the best-selling unit in the whole set. Actually, that Rover may not be the worst. This might be the worst selling unit in the set, the Aero Sculpt. I could see this hanging out. This thing is wild. I don't know what the story is with this. Someone will let me know in the comments. It never fails. You know what this reminds me of? Kind of. This reminds me of my keychain. So, all Zamac, clear-coated. I think that's supposed to be a guy's, like, helmet and face in there. What's the deal with this thing? Is this a licensed model? What is it? Somebody let me know. It's weird. It's weird for sure. I don't know what else to really say about it. It's kind of like, talk about blended margin model or whatever. They didn't have to tampo this at all. Like, none. Zero. Zilch. Nada. There's nothing. There's no graphic on it. Whatever. It's completely naked. There's no paint on it. There's clear coat, it feels like. But there's no paint on it, and there's no graphics on it. Saved a little bit of money there, Mattel. You know, probably just a little bit, like fractions of pennies on each one they made, but I'm sure it adds up. All right, and then this custom 70 Chevy Nova. I'd say all in all, to be honest, this is probably one of the worst sets of Boulevard. I shouldn't say worst, I should say least exciting. How's that? I didn't have this casting yet, and I actually kind of like it. I like those deep dish, whatever, wheels. These things are cannons. Those are like the ones that were on the rear of the RWB Porsche. I don't know if I recall seeing these on anything else. Those really deep wheels. This thing I actually like a lot more than I thought I would. It's a Nova with a wide body kit. It's a little bit goofy. What's with the frown in the back? It's designed that way, it looks like. Anyway, it's green. It's mean. It looks okay. Looks all right. This back spoiler bit is plastic. It's an extra piece. It's wide, very wide. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. And then we got this Mustang. This thing looks pretty cool. I like all the wild, just crazy graphics all over it. Pennzoil. RTR vehicles. Mustang. Oh, we got a wheel issue. What is going on here? Oh, we got flashing or whatever you want to call it on the rim. That is causing an issue with the tire. That's fixable. I can mess with that and fix that. Cut that off and then put the tire back on. We're not going to do it on camera, of course, but I can do it. And I may do it. I also just might forget that that is an issue and just leave it alone. Meh. Like the whole set's meh, right? I think so. I mean, this is cool. I like that. This is okay. You know, this is okay. This is okay. This is just weird and okay, I guess. So that's that. All right, let's get the last of the Hot Wheels. We're gonna go a little bit old school here. Not old school, but you know, older than now. 2008 new models. That's right, 2008 Ferrari. Back when Hot Wheels had the old Ferrari license, right? Something that you guys keep screaming for them to get back. Who knows if they'll ever get it back. And why does Ferrari have to be, like, Ferrari's a bunch of jerks, really. I mean, if you think about it, like, they're so snooty. I mean, yeah, I get it. Your cars are expensive and awesome and really, really cool and works of art and stuff like that. But, you know, let all the different toy companies and stuff make you. Let the kids dream. Like, what's wrong with you? Ooh, we got an exclusivity and we're so cool and blah, 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 blah. It kind of makes me not like you. I don't know. That's why I'm a Lambo fan, maybe. I mean, I get it. Lamborghinis can be, you know, that type too, but whatever. Not as much as Ferrari. Let the kids dream. Huh? Let everybody make them. Whatever. I don't know what the deal is with licensing. I shouldn't even comment. I don't know what it requires. I've never been involved in it. It'd be interesting to learn the ins and outs of it, though. And I don't know why it's so, like, secretive. But apparently for good reason. I don't know. Whatever. As long as Tomica Limited Vintage keeps making Ferraris, I really don't care if Hot Wheels has them or not. But I just do think it would be, I think it'd be nice to have some more Hot Wheels. It'd be really cool to see some Matchbox come up with some Ferraris. That's my opinion. But when they do come back, if they do come back, they're going to be hot. People will collect them. But there you go. There's your Ferrari and GTO. All right. Chevy Monza. Flying Customs. This was a weird line, this Flying Customs. They were meant to look retro. They were meant to be tough and sturdy. And they were kind of a semi-premium line. They're a lot of them, I think, had metal bases. They were a lot of the toolings, like, were either specifically made for this line or they were specifically retooled when this line, the Flying Customs, what was the other one? The Hot Ones. And the Hot Ones. So they were like, a lot of them were like classic castings that were retooled, brought back to life. Some of them for good reasons, some of them for really no one asked for you. But this one is kind of a neat casting, and it's been out since. It was in a Car Culture release. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's kind of a wild casting. I like it though, and so I'm glad to have this one in mint condition, loose, and I'm probably going to find out that I already had it, but whatever, I didn't want to dig, so there you go. I've got two, maybe, or maybe that's the only one I have. All right, and then this here is a Zamac Lamborghini Aventador J from 2013. New model for 2013, and it got the Zamac treatment right away. So, Lamborghini. The ugliest, one of the ugliest Lamborghini castings of all time. I just don't like this, the way that this looks in comparison to other Lambos. It looks like literally someone just scooped the top off of an Aventador. I'm sure it's crazy fun, right? You'd have to wear a helmet, I would guess. Or at least some eye protection if you're going to be driving this thing. But whatever. It is what it is. It's cool. It's a Lamborghini. I collect Lamborghini Hot Wheels. I collect Lamborghini diecast in general. I mean, I collect all sorts of diecast. I don't know why I need to specify Lamborghini, but I do like put these in their own little thing. Like I've got my Lamborghini Hot Wheels are all in their own area of my collection, so they get stored together. So I don't do that with a lot of brands, but I do it with, well, I do it with a few. I do it with Lamborghini, I do it with Porsche, and I also do it with Ferrari. But there you go. Aventador J. All right, we are done with Hot Wheels. So let's take a look at a Matchbox. The AMC Eagle 1980. This thing is sick. I really think this is cool. Like, this is cool. First of all, who doesn't like faux wood paneling? Okay? Who doesn't like it? If you don't like it, you're just wrong. I mean, it's awesome. It's just I mean, I wouldn't like it if they put it on a car today, but the way it looks on classic cars, I think is pretty awesome. I think it was great that they did it, and I think it's just cool looking and fun. So this 1980 AMC Eagle, brand new casting from Matchbox, and just a great release of this brand new casting. Come on, that's super cool. I would actually debate on, and I don't really do customs anymore or do anything like that, but I would debate on getting another one of these and doing a little wheel swappage with it and just seeing what I can do with it to make it cool. Cooler than it already is. It is cool now, but to even make it maybe slightly cooler, I think that would be neat. This thing's neat. I dig it. I would love to see a premium version of this, actually. I think that would be nice. Give it some rubber tires. Give it a full deco treatment. Put it in the Matchbox collector line thing. That would be neat. Premium line. I'd like that. So do that. All right. Moving on. We're going to stick domestic for just a moment. We're going to do, well, we'll just do these Auto World square bodies, everybody's favorite. And then we will go ahead and take a look at the Tomica to finish off the video. All right, so Weekend of Wheels, Rat Fink. Like, I don't know. See, here's the thing, and I'm not trying... The card art's by Nuclear Minds Design, by the way, who does a fantastic job, so good job on that. Who did this one? So it's Weekend of Wheels. I don't know if this is a House of Cars thing or what it is. I don't think it is House of Cars, though. Maybe it is, because isn't Weekend of Wheels a House of Cars? I don't know. Whatever. Well, here you go. Weekend of Wheels. I don't know. I've never been there. I've never spent the weekend there at the Wheels. Lola. So this is a Rat Fink deal with blue in this. We've already see the reason why I don't really care about this. Well, one, it's the Rat Fink stuff. I don't really care for the Rat Fink design and logo and all that stuff. It just, it doesn't do anything for me. The other thing is it's got the Weekend of the Wheels, Weekend of Wheels graphic on the top. That doesn't really do anything for me either. I mean, it's a square body Chevy. That's cool. We've already got this. Like, we've already seen it. We've got it in, what else? What have they all done Rat Fink? They did a black one for sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. There was like a, and I'm trying to look. I don't know. What do we care? The only thing you really need to know, they did a white one, right? A white one. I think they did a black one. Like black and green, whatever. It doesn't matter. My point is that they've done this already, and this is just like a recolor, basically, as far as I'm concerned. So I reluctantly picked this up. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not like trying to hate on it. It's just not my thing, the Rat Fink thing, and I just had to get it though because of Sucker, and I have to. Here's another Weekend of Wheels, and I have to get it because I need a complete collection. So. And it's getting tough to keep up with, man. The square bodies are one thing, but now there are a lot of people are doing Supras. There's a lot of hobby exclusive stuff coming out with Auto World. And I love it. That's great. It's just it's harder for me to keep up with. This one, the Rafink one didn't say what it was limited to. This one is limited to $24.96, and this is a House of Cars exclusive for Weekend of Wheels. So I don't know if this is different. It must be different than this one. I don't think House of Cars did this one because it doesn't have their logo on it at all. And this one surely does. And they decided to go ahead and throw the lowrider wheels that they used for that originated with the Mio exclusive lowrider series for Auto World. They decided to throw those on a truck. And the result is decent. I'm not going to get the camera out for this one and take like really good pictures of it. I can tell you that. It's kind of how you know like the level of how much I really, really like a car that's in my collection is if I pull it out and I spend time taking photos of it and then spend time editing those photos. Then you know I actually really appreciate the casting. So if you don't see this one, then that pretty much tells you. Yeah, I just don't think. First of all, I'd have to do some correction on like photoshopping of these wheels to get them to look proper because the white line on them is looking a little green light, to be honest. Not quite a perfect circle there. So the overall design of it though is super cool. Sans the logo on the top. Could do without that, but I get it. It's like a convention piece, sort of, so they have to. Back doesn't want to stay up. Color's cool, and all that. All right, let's just move along. Okay, Tomica. Let's start with the Ferrari Roma. Basic Tomica. There's just some charm to these basic Tomicas. They've kept like the same style kind of how they do the castings since way back when they, did them back in whatever era that was, 80s, 70s, I'm not really sure. But the old ones look similar to these, mostly because they never changed the wheel styles. They have like 2 wheel styles they've used and they've always used. They never come up with anything else, and that's just the way it is. So, and that's probably going to be the argument why people don't like it. This is an official Ferrari product. I'm surprised that Ferrari licensing is willing to work with you and when you have these wheels. Those aren't Ferrari wheels. But yeah, let's see what you get. So this is the very basic line of Tomica. Okay. If you are not familiar, what do you get with that? You get plastic base, plastic wheels, metal body, full detail all around. Occasionally, you will also get inserted details for headlights or taillights. This particular model does not have either, but at times you will get them. This is also just in general not the most attractive Ferrari. It kind of looks a little Aston Martin-ish. I got to look up the real car to really get an example of it, and I will admit I'm not familiar with the real car very much, so I know I've seen it, but not in real life, but pictures of it, of course. So these also have suspension, by the way, which is also a cool feature, I suppose. Might be one of the most useless features in Diecast, really, but it's kind of cool. All right, what do you guys think of that? Oh, the one thing I will say, too, about the Tomica basic stuff, the paint is always fantastic. Like, fantastic. No issues. Like, it's just perfect. Like, and it feels just good. So it seems like it's very premium. So if that's, that's another edge it would have over, like, your basic Hot Wheel, I suppose. And the fact that it's a realistic, like, graphic or whatever. They don't put crazy graphics on it or anything like that. The casting themselves are never true 1/64 scale. They're always something a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. That is what it is. But, and of course the wheels, they only have 2 different styles of wheels, this being one of them. So pretty limited there. Other than that, they're pretty cool. All right. So, but it does give them their look. So you can always tell, you can tell when you're looking at a Hot Wheels, you can almost tell when you're looking at a Matchbox, you can tell when you're looking at a Tomica. There's no question about what brand it is. And kind of the same goes for these Tomica Premiums. So these are not true in 64 scale either. They're typically slightly larger. They most often run slightly larger. This one is 162 scale. And it's weird that they would do that with an SUV, that they would make it larger than the 164, but here we are. This is what we're looking at least according to their scale. It's larger. Number 4. So these Tomica Limited ones are definitely a step up. They are oftentimes they will have opening parts. This one does look like it has opening doors. A lot of times they'll have opening parts. They will have prototypical wheels. So they will have wheels that are designed specifically for the casting that are supposed to be accurate to the actual vehicle. And they often will also have inserted details for headlights. And sometimes they will have taillights. This one does not. It does have an extra wheel here on the back. And also has lots of suspension travel in this one. And this one has opening doors. Another thing I will say about these models, when you're comparing this to, let's just say, like a Matchbox moving parts, these things really do blow that stuff out of the water from a quality standpoint. They just feel better. The paint feels, I don't know, better. They just feel more solid. They feel better. The doors often close perfectly. There's usually no issues. And, you know, it's just a really cool kind of mid-range Tomica. So Tomica Limited Vintage is like way up above this, really. Tomica Basics are kind of like right below it. And then these, you know, and these are just pretty cool. So I like this Pajero. I think it's neat. And then lastly, we've got this guy. So this is the Nissan Safari in this weird, whatever it is, the show that or movie or something that I don't know what it is, and I just don't recall what it is. Of course, I read what it was, but I don't know for sure. And so this one's going to have, so these are packaged so you can open them up, almost like a Protecto. I think it's going to have an extra part in here. I think we are going to install that, actually. Yeah, there it is. Let's set that out. All right, I'm going to put the packaging back together. So these would be cool to display in their packaging, I think. And it's neat because you can just take them out if you want to take a detailed look at them. But here's our Nissan Patrol, heavily modified Nissan Patrol. And it's got this, this thing in the front. Which I'm not sure if this is like supposed to be some sort of like winch thing. Oh, it goes right in. And it sticks in there, fits in there very firmly, so that's good, because I don't think it's going to just come out randomly. So we will leave that on display like that. So lots of little details to this that are probably accurate to whatever show or movie it's from, and again, I have no idea, so I cannot intelligently speak of it. I apologize about that. You will have to figure it out on your own, or someone in the comments will tell us what this is. But I had to get it because I think it looks cool, and I'm trying to get everything from that Tomica Unlimited line. So that's why I got it. So there you go. All right, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. My favorite thing is, you know, I got to give it up. The Tradesman's really cool. I just wish it was bigger. You know, it shouldn't be smaller than a Subaru. And, you know, it shouldn't be shorter than a Subaru. I know it's probably like a short box van or whatever, but it still shouldn't be smaller than a Subaru, surely. Right? Or am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I just think it's a little tiny. I don't know why they did that. You think it would be easier, actually, to make it bigger and put the moving parts on it to have like a little bit more room. So I don't know why they would elect to make it small. That's got to be smaller than 164 scale. If I'm wrong, you guys let me know. But I don't think I'm wrong. All right, so that's it for this episode again, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching another Diecast Weekly episode. Of course, we'll see you in the next one. I do have the monthly meet is actually today. I'm filming this before Saturday, but the meet's Saturday. And anyway, I should have some cool stuff for you next week. All right, thanks again. Have a good day.